Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. I am so excited for today's video because it is going to be my 21 favorites from 2021, and this list was so fun but a little bit challenging to make because I have a lot of favorites this year. So I thought it would be fun to kind of break up the list. So the first 5 are going to be like non-makeup items, but I still think that they could be a little bit relatable to my channel, and if you guys are into makeup then you might also be into these things because I feel like fashion and beauty and makeup, all those things, skincare of course, always kind of like go together in my head. So yeah, there's gonna be 5 non-makeup favorites, and then at the very end the last 5 are going to be 5 like honorable mentions. So they're going to be like my newer favorites. I haven't had them all year, so it feels a little weird saying that they're like my yearly favorites when I might have only had them for a week or a month. So that's kind of how we're gonna do this. And then everything in between the 5 on either side is going to be my makeup favorites, my tried and trues for the whole year of 2021, or more than just a little bit of the end of it, okay? I think we get the point. So let's just go ahead and jump into the list. I am so excited. Number 1, handmade jewelry. Just in general saying handmade earrings and jewelry, but these right now are my favorites. These are from a shop called Hello Morning Sunshine, and she's got a really great Instagram. Her name is Paige, and you can also shop online from her store. So I just really love these. They're acrylic, they're super lightweight. She also makes a lot of things out of clay, but she's got this like laser cutter to cut acrylic things out, and then I just really like her designs, and especially these. I love them. I've also been loving this necklace. It is very special because my best friend and I made this, and she made me a lot of jewelry actually, but this is the one that we made together, and these were actually flowers from my wedding. So we put them into a little necklace, and I love it. I think it's so sweet, and it makes me really happy because we made it together, and of course these remind me of my wedding. So yeah, I love this. Obviously you can't buy it because it's like we just made it. Next up we have some clothing. I know I don't talk a lot about clothes on my channel, and I might have to like insert some pictures from the website or something, but this past year I have been obsessed with Lauren Conrad clothing. Specifically, it's sold at Kohl's, and I just really love her clothing. So I pulled 2 pieces. One is like my absolute number 1 favorite, and the other one is a more recent purchase, but I've been really loving it. So I'm going to show you those. The first piece is this top. It is so pretty to me. I just love it. And the color is just really nice also, but I like the little shoulders, how it has like a ruffle on the side, and then the sleeves are more sheer, so they're more lightweight. You know, you don't get so hot wearing it because even though it's cold outside, everyone wants to crank the heaters in all of the buildings. So this is a perfect shirt for me. I wear it a lot to work. I actually wore it today to work, so yeah, it's definitely well loved, and I think that it's very, very pretty. But my favorite piece, my absolute favorite, is this one. And this is a dress. It's going to be hard to show you guys, so I'll try and like add a picture to the screen, but I love this dress. So it has like a cinch here, and then it has some ruffles on the bottom, and I just love it. It again has the very sheer sleeves, so they're just really light and airy, but I love this dress so much. It's got a little tie here. It's kind of tucked in. This is my favorite dress. You can get a lot of stuff at Kohl's on sale, and her pieces seem to have a really, really great quality. I've worn this a ton. I get a compliment like every single time I wear it, and I wish I could just wear it every day. I love it. So I love the little gold flecks in it too. Moving on to a little bit of skincare. Number 3 is this IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream Moisturizer. I love this stuff. I have a backup of it. I bought the giant one for my next backup, but this is a little bit more of a rich moisturizer, but it's so good. It doesn't have a fragrance to it, and it's just a really high quality moisturizer in my opinion, and I love it. I use it every single night. I've got really, really dry skin, and this just makes my skin look so nice. It makes it feel great. It's still moisturized in the morning when I wake up, and I just love it. Number 4 on my list is Remedy Skincare. So this is a small business. They were featured in Vogue, and they have just really, really amazing products. So I'm going to talk a little bit about them. They have some like herbal tinctures is what she calls them, but they also have skincare. So specifically, I'm kind of mentioning the skincare in this video, but I just wanted to kind of put it out there that she's got like a ton of stuff. So it's definitely worth checking out her website. This is the product that I found first from her actually, and this is Passion Flower Drops. So it's Passion Flower can help with like relaxation, de-stressing, like that kind of thing. So that's what I have it for. She's got anti-inflammatory products and products that are helpful with headaches. So all around, I really love her stuff. It's natural, so that's great, and that's pretty much why I love it. I will say that these drops specifically and the Passion Flower ones, they taste like grass, like they're very earthy, because they are. Like they don't have all this added stuff to make them taste good or anything, and I don't want like added sugars into things like this. I feel slightly strange talking about things like this on my channel because they're things like to use instead of medicine or something. So just do your own research, and if that's something that you're interested in, I do use these. So that's what I wanted to mention. But what I really wanted to talk about was her skincare. So I have 3 products from her skincare line, and there's 2 that I highly suggest and 1 that I suggest for a specific reason. Let's start out with the 2 that are my absolute favorites. This is the reason that they're on this list for today's video. So the first one is the Golden Glow Facial Toner. This is so good for dry skin. She's got, I think, 3 different toner options, and you can always like message her on Instagram and ask, you know, which one would be best for your skin type. But I told her that I have a really dry skin, and she suggested this one, and you can see that I have used up a good bit of it. So I love this. This makes my skin just look really glowy, but it's not like a glow that's being added on top. It just like helps my actual skin look like that. My other favorite from the skincare line is the face oil, and this one is so good if you have dry skin. I'm going to have this website linked down below so you guys could go check these out, but this is just the most hydrating facial oil. Like, it is an oil, so you just use a little bit, so that's why I haven't used up so much of it, because a little bit goes such a long way. But it just works so good, and it just feels like I'm treating my skin right when I use it. So again, I love this. I love using the toner, the moisturizer from It Cosmetics, and this all together. This has just been like my favorite lately. And by lately, I mean like for more than 6 months. However, I think I'm going to be getting a lot of use out of this, especially in the winter months. This is a more like concentrated version of that oil. This is a little bit thicker. You need even less of this. And this is the Revive Collagen Boosting Serum. But this is so good. I mean, it's just so nourishing and moisturizing, but it is a little bit thicker. So I think I'm going to like it more in the winter time, which is why I kind of put that caveat as far as a very specific category of like, you might like this if blank. This is why this is in this video, but I just couldn't mention her entire brand without like touching on the tinctures because I do use them. She also has herbal teas. She's got one for like women's health. She just has a lot of different ones, and I just really love her entire branding and her whole business. She's also just really sweet, so I really love her brand and store. I love it so much. I can't say enough good things, but we have a lot more to talk about, so let's go ahead and talk about the next product. This is the last non-makeup item, and I'm also kind of cheating on this one because there's 2 products, but this is from Ava NYC. This is the Therapy Session Hair Mask. This is the second one that I have. I finished up the whole first one a few weeks ago, but I use this mask in place of conditioner because I don't have to wash my hair every single day, and so either every time or every other time I wash my hair, I use this hair mask, and it just smells really great. It doesn't give me a headache, which is such a thumbs up if you guys know my fragrance sensitive headache situation. So yeah, I love this hair mask so much, and it's such a good value too. It's only like $14 for this massive tub of it. It will last you months. It's so good. But also from Ava NYC or Eva NYC, this is the texture spray. So I wanted a texture spray for when I curled my hair, and this one is what I decided to try. I don't remember who I saw talk about this. Oh, that's gonna drive me nuts. Someone on YouTube that I watch and I like their opinion. they mentioned this, and I don't remember who it was. But anyways, I'm glad that I picked it up because I really think that it's great. I probably got about this much more in it, and I really love it. I cannot use it on days when I already have a headache in the morning, but it doesn't seem to cause a headache. It just kind of can add on to one if I already have one. But overall, I do really like this texture spray. I think it's great, and it doesn't make my hair feel gross. It just adds some texture. So that was kind of like another cheat because I'm adding 2 in the 5th spot. So it's my favorites video, so I'm just gonna put in here what I want to. Okay, we're cheating on the next one too. So this is the first one in the makeup section. And I wanted to mention the Colourpop Pretty Fresh line, specifically the primer and the setting spray. I do love the foundation, but when I'm sitting down and thinking about what is my absolute favorite, it's probably, no, it's a tie. That's why they're here. These are like here, and the foundation's like here. Not the tinted moisturizer, the one that's in the packaging like this. But these are just tied for my absolute favorite. I've gone through a whole one of both of them. I'm almost done with the setting spray again, and I've only had this for not that long, like a month. So or like the second one I've had for a month. I just love these so much. They both smell so good. They don't give me a headache. The only negative that I have is the cap on the primer is garbage. It always cracks. These are just so good. They're both really hydrating, and yeah, I love them so much. Number 7 is the Lip Bar Quad in Go Off. I got this at the end of last year, and I really fell in love with it this year. It's so good. This is the lightest, and they have 6 options, I believe. So I really feel like there's an option for everyone. It has a face powder, a blush, a bronzer, and a highlight, and I love all of them. The blush is a little bit more of like a basic color, but I feel like that's a good idea because it can kind of suit everyone. I do think that they picked a good blush. It's just a little bit of like a basic shade in my collection, but I love reaching into this. I did use it earlier today. I do have a little bit of the bronzer on with this look, but I used this today to go to work, and I just love it. I actually really like the bronzer and the highlight. I've almost used up the powder. I had to repress it, and it's almost gone. And I think I'm pretty close to hitting pan in the bronzer. You can kind of see the rings there. But yeah, I just love this face quad. It's so good. Number 8 is another product I picked up at the end of last year, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow Duo. I have the one in fair medium, and you can see how much I have loved this face duo. So yeah, I used the heck out of this year. I hit pan in both the shades, and I have used a ton of it. I've got like a nice dip here. It's not like the little tunnel ones. I have used all around both of the products, and I just love it. The one thing, something happened to my packaging and doesn't click shut anymore. It just sits shut, but it might be because I stack some of my palettes or my cheek products in the drawer. But that's a little bit of a bummer because it's so expensive, but I really think that this is worth the money. It was $68. This was my Christmas present last year for my husband, but I love it, and I think it's worth the price because I've used it so much, and I still have a lot of product in here, so this is a definite favorite of mine. You guys knew this had to be in this video, right? You had to have known. If you've been around my channel at all, I just feel like you knew this was coming. Number 9 is the Give Me Glow Pastel Dreams palette. I love this eyeshadow palette. It is so good. It's just my favorite. This makes me so happy to look at. I am obsessed. It's got a huge mirror in it, and I love it. It has a giant mirror in it. All of the colors are amazing. The only one I've ever had trouble out of is this matte peach shade. It's gotten a little bit patchy before, and yeah, it could be a little bit hard to work with, but every other shade is just stunning. This is my perfect pastel palette. I always feel so inspired by this palette. Like, honestly, looking at it, I'm thinking like, ooh, I needed to use this weekend. But yeah, I really love it. I really, really love it. I feel like I could just talk this palette to death. Number 10 is one that I wasn't sure if I should mention because you can't get them right now, but I'm hoping that they'll bring them back. But it's the KKW Beauty Lip Liners. So I'm pretty sure that when you see them, you'll be able to tell which ones are my favorite, because I have used some of them more than others, so they're all lined up together on the bottom. And yeah, some of them are just a little bit more well-loved than others, but the nude ones are my favorite. I have some pink ones and a red one too, but where this line shines is the nudes. So I have nude 0, nude 0.5, and nude 1, and I love these. They last really well. They're very creamy. They're not too dry that they like drag on your lips, but they're not too creamy that they move around. It's just the perfect texture. I love them so much. If you want to see any of these swatched, I will leave linked below my lip swatch video, and I'll also have it in the eye. Another lip liner that I had to mention is NYX Nude Suede Shoes. This is almost gone. This is the second or third one that I have been through, and I just love it. It's like the perfect mauve shade for my lips, whereas the KKW Beauty ones are a little bit more like neutral to brown leaning. This one is more pink or mauve, and I just love it. I am sad that it's almost gone because I'm kind of on a low buy, but I don't know that I have a color close enough to it, so I might pick it up when I get out of it because I'm on a replacement only no/low buy. I will be updating you guys in a video about that, but yeah, I'll be really sad to see that one go. Another lip product that's been a favorite, this is the Kaja Gloss Shot. This is the mini one in Milk Tea. I got the duo, but this color specifically is my favorite. I just love it. It's like almost clear, but it does have a slight pink, like milky tint to it. I love the wand on this, and I just think that it's so good. It makes your lips look so juicy and so wet. Again, you can see this swatched in that lip swatch video that's going to be linked down below, but I really, really love this. And when I run out of it, I probably would pick up a full size in the same color. It's so, so good. It's my favorite gloss for sure, like hands down. This is the best gloss that I think I've ever tried. Number 13 is a product that I mentioned in my most special products in my collection video, and this is the Rare Beauty Concealer. I have this in the shade 140C. I love this. I have used up a good bit of it. I have again had this since the end of last year, roughly, I think shortly after it came out. I love this, you guys. This is a perfect concealer for fixing things. So if you go too heavy on your bronzer, or if you have your whole complexion done and it's just like 2 shades too dark or something, just get this concealer, put on the back of your hand, pick it up with a sponge and put it all over your face. It can go on top of powders, it can go on top of creams. It's just perfect, and it's a true favorite of mine. I cannot have this to not be in my collection. Like, it has to be in my collection at all times, for sure. Next up is the Nomad Cosmetics America's Parks palette, and again, I'm cheating on this one because I'm gonna mention the other palette that I have from them, but this palette specifically is on my list because this is just the perfect muted, grungy rainbow palette ever. I love it. It's so nostalgic for me. I've mentioned this before, but I've been on a few road trips and we went to a ton of America's national and state parks. So this just brings back really awesome memories for me. And on top of that, I really love the formula. I think that Nomad Cosmetics did a really great job with this palette. And I don't have a lot of these kind of tones in my collection, so this is a definite favorite and standout palette in my collection. But I also had to mention this one. So this is the Nomad Fire and Ice palette, and I used this on my eyes today in conjunction with another palette I'm going to mention in a minute, and I love this one. So the reason that originally just the America's Parks palette was on this list is because I got both of these in July or June, that area of time. So that's just such a weird way to say that, but I got both of these over the summer, and so this was a much more flattering color story for summer and then fall. But this one is so good, especially for winter, and especially just, well, all year round, but yeah, especially for winter. I love it so much. It's very unique. I don't love this middle column just because I don't wear a lot of reds and oranges, but I love all of the other ones. So I definitely had to mention both of these in my favorites video. Number 15 is a product that's not like fun. It's not a colorful eyeshadow. It's not a fun lipstick, but this has been a holy grail. I first picked this up at the end of last year. This is my second one now, and this is the Milano Weekend Brow. I love this brow marker. I use it every single day. Every now and then I'll use a different one, but I pretty much use this exclusively. It's so good. I have it in my brows today. I have it in the shade Soft Brown. This is so good. It is so, I can't even say enough good things about it. It's just, it lets you draw in your brows the way you want to. You can go overboard with it and make like a block brow if you want. You can do the feathered brow, you can do the everyday brow. You can just do whatever you want with this brow marker because it's so versatile and just so good. It lasts in the brows all day long. Even if you don't set them, it's still gonna be in your brows at the end of the day. It's a favorite. It's just a favorite, obviously. The last product in the entire year favorites, that's not the last 5, that's a little bit more new to my collection, is this one's from Essence. This is the Melted Chrome eyeshadow. I had trouble coming up with the last spot, I'm not gonna lie. I thought about adding the Flower Beauty Serum Foundation, but I really haven't reached for that in several, I wanna say several months, but over the last couple of months, I haven't used it, but just a handful of times. And so I thought, I don't know if I feel okay putting that in the favorites, but this Essence single eyeshadow is one that I have been reaching for like crazy. This is so good. It just adds like a wet looking shimmer on any look. You guys will be able to see this in my holiday glam video. I think it was the video that went up right before this one, or else it's going to be the one right after this one. Vlogmas, it's confusing. So this is in that video and I will link it if it's out already. Otherwise, subscribe to my channel and you'll see it come up soon. But this is so pretty. It's only $3 or $4 and I highly suggest it. I have it in the shade Ironic. I don't know if I mentioned that, but this is so good. I really suggest it. This is kind of similar to a Super Shock shadow. It's similar to the diamond one from the So Jaded palette, but I've had this for a year-ish and it's nowhere near dried out, whereas a lot of the Super Shocks that I used to have dried out pretty quickly. This one just hasn't done that, so I like it already better than that. So the last 5 products are a lot newer to my collection, and I thought that this would be a fun way to talk about them, but not commit to them and say, this is a holy grail, 100% favorite. This is just like I've been loving this for the last month or week or 5 weeks. You know what I mean? So the first one, which is number 17 of my 21 favorites, is the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand. I picked up this one and one of the blush wands, and this one by far takes the cake. I shouldn't say by far because I really like the blush one too, but I just really love this. I do have it on today. And I have this in the shade Fair Medium. I just really like it, you guys. I've been wanting to try this for forever, and I finally picked it up, but it's so good. A little goes such a long way, so I do feel like you're going to kind of get your money's worth out of it, even though it is a high-end or luxury product. The next product I wanted to mention that's a little bit newer to my collection is this one from Glowish. This is the Multi-Dew Skin Tint, and I love this. I mixed it in for this look with another foundation, but I have also used it on its own. I've mixed it with 2 or 3 other foundations and it's just good every single time. I have it in the lightest shade, which is 01 Fair, and I love it. I love it so much. I know I'm spoiling like a lot of my Black Friday haul for you guys, but I'm waiting on a package to come in still, so I've been trying to hold off on that haul video, but yeah, I love this product. It's so good and I'm really glad that I picked it up. Number 19, we're almost to the end, is this Ulta Beauty 3-in-1 Cheek Palette. This is so pretty and I'm going to love it for sure, even more in the summertime. I have this in California Sunlight, but it is obviously a 3-in-1 cheek palette. So you have a bronzer, a highlight, and a blush, and it's just so pretty. You could also swirl your brush together and just kind of put it all over the cheek. It's really glowy, and in sunlight there are little glitter specks, but really only when the sun's like pretty directly hitting your face do you see those, but they are stunning. Like I love the way this looks on the cheeks. It's just such a good $15 well spent from Ulta Beauty. I love it so much. Number 20 is my newest product to talk about. This is a makeup skincare kind of product. It's a skincare product, but by using it your makeup is going to look better, and this is from Tatiana and Nisa. So this is the lip scrub and this is the cotton candy one. I love this so much. I just got it a couple of days ago, so again, that's why it's in this like 5 at the end. These 5, I don't think I'm going to change my mind about. It just feels weird to put them in like the yearly favorites when I've only had them for such a short amount of time. But you guys, I love this. Like, it smells so good. I just want to smell it. Like, I want to smell like this. It smells delicious. I did taste it. You're probably not supposed to, but yeah, the first time I used it, I just like had to know, does it taste good too? And it does, not gonna lie. Tatiana did such a good job with these, you guys. I love her. I've been wanting to try her brand for so long, and I don't know why I never did, but I finally did. And I also picked up one of her cake liners. I've only used this once, and I didn't like really commit to the look. It was just like right before I got in the shower. I had gotten this in the mail, and when I got home from work, I just slapped some on just to try it out. But this weekend, I'm definitely going to be testing this. But I have been using this ever since I got it, and I really, really like it. It's a more gentle lip scrub. It's not so harsh, but I've got really, really dry skin and dry lips. So a lip scrub is a very crucial part of my routine because it helps my lipsticks go on just a lot better. So this is one for sure that I love. I also wanted to mention that if you're wanting to try a lip scrub or an eyeliner from Tatiana, then you might want to follow me over on Instagram here in the next little bit, because we're about to hit a milestone, and when we hit that milestone, there might be a chance for you guys to try this as well. It's the Pink Lemonade lip scrub. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Wink, wink, hint, hint. You know, yeah, just you might want to follow me over on Instagram, okay? Last but certainly not least, we have the Magic Mini by JUVIAS Place. Oh my gosh, this palette has blown me away. I have it on the eyes today with the Nomad Fire and Ice palette. I am obsessed with this palette, you guys. I wanted this palette for 2 years, I think. I can't even remember, but I used to see Kelly Gooch use this and other people too, but I remember her using it. And I always loved the looks that she came up with. But I used to have this thing against like paying shipping from companies, and I didn't want to do that anymore. But I'm to the point now where I am willing to pay shipping from a company if it's a product that I really want, and I purchase more intentionally now, or I try to. I'm not perfect, but I try to purchase things that I really see value in for my collection, right? So a lot of these shades are very unique to my collection. I don't have anything like a lot of these. And this just adds so much inspiration to my collection, and also so much versatility, different textures, because I really feel like some of these are just very multi-dimensional, which I don't have a lot of in my collection. And I finally bit the bullet and picked this up on Black Friday for only $12, and I think that's a steal. This palette is so good that if this was packaged in square pans and a more, what kind of material does Natasha Denona use? What I'm getting at is if this was packaged in Natasha Denona packaging, I would believe that this was Natasha Denona quality. Like, it's that good. It's so good. I really love it. To make it perfect for me, I didn't need both of these matte shades. I would have rather had an inner corner highlight, but I can always just use a different inner corner highlight, so it's not a big deal. I have used this already probably 6 times, but I have only had it for a couple of weeks. So yeah, maybe more than 6 times, honestly. Now that I'm thinking about it, probably 10, probably closer to 10. But this is the last product I'm mentioning in today's video, but by far not the least favorite of the favorites, if that makes sense. I love every look that I've created with this palette. I love it so far. I actually posted a palette bingo with this palette, so if you want to check this out, I will have it linked in the eye and also down below. I'd love if you guys would check it out because it was a lot of fun to create a look with this in that video. But alright, you guys, I feel like I have been talking for forever, but you know, when you have a favorite product, you just want to talk about it and tell your friends about it. So that's what I've been doing for the last over 30 minutes. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know down below, what are your top 3 favorites? They don't have to be like makeup. They could be skincare, hair care, clothing like I mentioned today, or handmade jewelry like this. Let me know down below. I would really love to know and hear from you guys what your 3 favorite products have been from 2021. If you enjoyed today's video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And also subscribe to my channel so you can see a lot of these products in action throughout the rest of the videos that are to come on my YouTube page. With that being said, you guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!